everybody, welcome back to Falcon Plays NEO Scavenger. And last episode, fuck, I'm so angry. I can't even begin to describe how angry I was about that. We had everything that we could have possibly needed in the start, except for that fucking tarp. And even then, I found a sleeping bag. Had I just made it back into the HVAC, we would have been able to turn the heat on and then, like, cure the hypothermia. Have a fucking box cart built already, good to go. Had a hardened spear. I found everything that I could have possibly needed. And then I just fell short. I flew too close to the sun, essentially. I got burned. Actually, no, in reality, that's not true. I was far away from the sun. Because if I was close to the sun, I wouldn't have hypothermia. I'd probably, fry to death. But still, that's different. It's better than dying of freezing. That pisses me off. Either way, we're gonna go with the same kind of build one more time. I did make a few changes here and there, though. Things that I realized that could have probably really helped me in that run. We're gonna keep mechanic, electrician, eagle eye, and hacking. I'm gonna add trapping this time around, along with melee. Now, melee doesn't necessarily mean that my nerd, suddenly is like a good fucking fighter. That's what tough would be for, which I'm not getting tough. Right? No, tough is still there. Higher pain threshold, immune system effectiveness, and resistance to wounds. Ability to headbutt in combat. But yeah, the tough trait is really more of that type of ability. Melee, it just gives me a better chance to hit in melee combat. Higher wound severity, better defense in combat, can leg trip in combat. Doesn't make me a good fighter, it just means that, I could swing. I mean, a nerd could still swing and, try to fight. Whether he'll be successful or not, different thing, but he could still fight. So we're gonna go with melee instead. Should I do tough? No, I think it's melee. Melee sounds better. And we're gonna go with medic. So I'm gonna add metabolism, feeble, and insomniac. Now here's what I think. See, feeble, melee attack effectiveness is lessened and can carry less. So let's not worry about, better chance to hit in melee combat because now I'm countering the melee ability with feeble, meaning my hits will do a lot less damage. So, that's kind of the contrast I wanted to make there. And that's gonna give us a chance to get trapping, melee, and medic, insomniac, metabolism, feeble. I kind of wanted to go with fragile. Physical wounds, pain, and infections are more severe to you. Healing is slower. But, I feel like I'm over here, adding enough handicaps to myself already. So let's go with this build and see what this goes about. I want to try this one more time, essentially, and if nothing comes out of it, then we will just go with one of the other builds that was suggested by old Mr. Frodo. And I forget who else. I apologize for that. You know who you are, though. They have some pretty good build suggestions for me, which I'll probably try out. But either way, let's go with this, and we'll start off. Let's go with melee, because we do have to fight this motherfucker. He did wound me. I believe there is a way to mix this up so you could fight him and not get hurt. But I forgot what that was. Can't check my wounds just yet. So Dogman Corpse is here, which is cool. But let me use some. Oh, is it? Let's get some medical equipment along with Eagle Eye to kind of... Alrighty, so... One second here. Eagle Eye, find the multi-tool. Alright, so good start. This is going to be a really good start. We'll, shop this fucking dogman up and whatnot and... carry this dogman in my hand. It doesn't get old, man. I always love doing that. Okay, just put him in there. Don't carry the dogman. Just put him outside. Okay, let's check the medical records here. We're Philip Kindred, Detroit Savings Account, yada yada yada. And let's actually step outside now and see what awaits us. It's raining cats and dogs out here. Let me take a look at my health. I have a minor cut. And okay, so luckily I could always empty this out and be like, bam, bitch. And I don't think we have a cut down here, do we? Minor bruising, minor pain. Well, might as well wrap it up. And let's put that... No, don't put that in your hand. Just put that back in there. Now, pain tolerance is a bit high, meaning I could... this is what the medic ability does, by the way. It tells me my blood supply, immune system, and pain tolerance, which is something I'm not too familiar with, so that's good. I don't have any sort of infection, so I don't need amoxicillin right now, although it is always nice to have. It could have been useful 2 episodes ago now, wouldn't it? Painkiller would be nice, though, so let me pop a painkiller, not because I am a drug addict, but... because I am a little bit of pain from that fight, and here's another painkiller as well, so I'll put you in there, put you about. Alrighty, no, we still have to carve this dogman up though, so let's do trapping. We'll do dogman, and we'll do multi-blade, and oh yeah, dogman fur coat, baby. Okay, so let's clear it up over here. There's some meat as well, but there's no way for us to cook it just yet. We don't want to eat that raw. So, first and foremost, boom, no more have to worry about temperatures anymore, so that's going to be quite helpful. And I could always take the gown off, I suppose. I could, you know, use that for tearing apart, I believe, for like string and shit, or rags and string, yeah, so let's confirm that. And I don't want any small string, I need some medium thread. Because I do plan to... Oh, we need a bit more for that, unfortunately. Actually, I shouldn't even have done that just yet, huh? Because I have nothing to carry this shit with. That was probably poor foresight on my part. For some reason, I thought that I had that box card that I ran into earlier last time. Oh, if only I did, right? Is my guy completely nude other than his Dogman fur coat, by the way? If that's the case, that's pretty awesome. Like, what if, like, there's, like, a gust of wind and, you know, the fur coat just moves and, like, his junk's just kind of hanging out there? Now, that'd be kind of intimidating. Alright, so we're gonna take the first aid kit with us, obviously. Or I could leave it. No, let's just take it with us. No, you know what, medium threat. No, let's just take it with us, alright? That's the decision, we're gonna take it. Stop second-guessing yourself out. Alrighty. Let's head north. One of the things that I really am angry about, too, is that I saw a text, or a hex, that I've never seen before in the last run. And, I'm quite upset that I wasn't able to check it out, because I was trying to get back to the, cryo facility to turn on the heat to keep us from dying, but you know how that went. So I'm upset that I was not able to check that place out, and you know, this time around I do want to check it out. Now we don't have botany, so again we are completely blind in terms of what berries are good or not. Water is there, but again, if we drink too much of this water, we could always run into the chance of getting septic, a septic situation for us, and we don't want that. So we're gonna continue going on north. Alright, there's a stranger over here. Okay, I could go after that guy, I suppose, and maybe he has something for us. Maybe I could spy on this man from over here. It's tough, barefoot, current weapon, stones. Activity, depositing loot, and cease player, yes. Okay, so he's a tough guy, but he only has stones. He's depositing loot, huh? Tough and barefoot. He might not be a bad method then. He might just be a regular looter. If that's the case, then we could probably advance towards him and see what's the dealie here. He's gonna advance towards me too. He's got some stones. He could always throw stones at me. If he wants to go, if he wants to go the dick route, he can. But we have, what do we have in our? We only have the multi-tool blade, huh? Medium chunk of meat cured. He has meat. Can I just take this and run? What happened to my meat? Wait a minute. Oh, okay. Is this his? I guess he dropped it, right? Can I run now? I'll just take his meat and bag and leave. if I can do this, then... Okay, no, he's a bad mother. He's angry. He's angry that I took his stuff. I'm such a scumbag. I just walked over here. It's kind of like, yeah, dude, I'm just gonna take your shit. Okay, let's do a desperate retreat. I'm surprised this is not gonna work though, but okay, he's coming. He's running after me. He wants some of this. So, the first thing we should do here is let me try to dodge one more time and see if. No, okay, he's up here. So he's up close and personal. I could do a lure, which is try to use the environment against the target. So let me try to do a lure first and foremost. Okay, it worked. Bad Mother needs a moment to recover before acting again. Bad Mother tries to launch a flurry of attacks, but misses. Player lures Bad Mother into a trap. Player is exposed easy for attack at the moment, but Bad Mother has fallen to the ground and must regain footing to continue. Lower chest was bruised, upper left arm was slashed, lower chest was battered. Bad Mother is in a bad way right now. But he also needs to recover this time around, so let me just kick him in the fucking head while he's down. Player kicks Bad Mother while they're down. Bad Mother's upper left arm was battered. Bad Mother is bleeding. So this time he's getting up, so he should be ready for an attack, I'd imagine, right? Alright, let me just do a kick again. See what's going on here. Player kicks Bad Mother while they're down. Bad Mother's lower right arm was battered. He's still not getting up. Well, he's up now. So now we should probably go into a dodge animation here. Bad Mother gets up. Player dodges Bad Mother's attack. Player is dodging out of the way. Bad Mother's bleeding. Oh, he actually just got up this time around. So, let me do a dodge this time now that he's up. Bad Mother tries to launch a flurry attacks the player, but misses. Bad Mother needs a moment to recover before acting again. So now is our chance to actually fuck him up here. Because he needs to recover. So let's do a tackle target. This could really Oh, yep, it failed us. Bad Mother's bleeding. Bad Mother, player tries to attack with Bad Mother but misses. Player is exposed easy to attack for the moment. I could crawl away. Or I could offer to talk to him. He's not gonna want to talk, though. Let me roll dodge. Oh, not a good idea. Bad Mother's... Oh, wait. Player rose from Bad Mother's attack. Bad Mother tackles player. Bad Mother's fallen to the ground and must regain fitness to continue. Player needs a moment to recover before acting again. Yeah, I don't think he hit me, though. It doesn't seem like he did, so that's good, I guess. Alright, so we rolled away a bit. Let's see if I can pull this fucker down. Bad Mother tries to launch a flurry of attacks, but misses. Bad Mother needs a moment to recover. Player reaches for Bad Mother, but misses. So I am really not in a good state here. I keep missing a lot. Player pulls Bad Mother down to the ground. Bad Mother's lower left arm was bruised. Falling on the ground, must regain fitness to continue. Bad Mother's exposed, easy for attack at the moment. And he's also still bleeding. So maybe I could get up now, hopefully. Alrighty, Bad Mother gets up, player gets up, so we're both now up and erect. No pun intended. Let's try to do a parry and see what comes about this. Player parries attack. Bad Mother tries to launch a flurry of attacks but misses. Now he's got a recovery before acting again, so now it gives me the perfect chance to melee attack him, I suppose. Alrighty, player attacks and hits. Player whip Bad Mother's lower right. Oh, with a punch? No! I should have used the multi-tool blade. That sucks. So now what I want to do here is offer a ceasefire, threaten him. Let's do a melee attack now that we have the blade. Player attacks Bad Mother and hits. Player scratches Bad Mother's lower left leg with a multi-tool. And now he's offering surrender. So I'm gonna actually take the surrender. That was actually a good fight considering we're not a class built. Oh yes, considering we're not a class built for fighting, that is pretty good. This has a strap on it too, man. So, shit, man, that's awesome. So let's take that. We're not gonna take that though. We're gonna put on the sweater and wait a minute. Is there anything on the sweater? No, unfortunately not. But at least there's a few pockets for us to carry stuff in. And he had also, what is this? Small chunk of meat cooked. Is this regular meat or human meat, man? I don't feed me humans. And a pack. Alrighty, and we got ourselves one boot at least. And we do have his medium chunk of meat cured and water bottle, which I decided to grab there and there. So alrighty, man, you could fuck off now. Now you know who's the fucking real boss around here. Bad Mother. Yeah, you run off. You just hang out there naked. Whatever you want to do. It's fine. It's your prerogative. Now let's actually head over to the city over here and I'm actually quite content with how that went. So let me put this in here if I can. Water bottle, I can, unfortunately. Actually, wait, I can. Let me just switch this over. Oh, no! It needs 4 spaces. Is there a way for us to... No. No, absolutely not. So let's just keep that at hand and do that and continue going off to this little house over here. So what is our big situation right now? Rest and unburdened. Okay. We're still not necessarily hungry or thirsty, so that's good. If we do get hungry, though, we do have some cooked meat. Painkillers are wearing off, though. How is our health, by the way? Pretty good. Pretty good. So let's check out this little house over here, and oh, this is the first city that you get to. Nope, let's scavenge it out, see what's about here. Alrighty, cool. We have nothing to check it out with, but we did find ourselves a shirt, so that's always good. Can I just equip that? No, I can't. So I need to do shirt first. I said shirt first. Put the shirt on. Alright, just fucking put it on. And, why do we have 2 of these guys? Oh, different ones. Let's take that one. Take that one right there. Alright, good. And water. All good. Put that in the water bottle. And hey, what do we find here? Some more painkillers. You know how I love my painkillers, so let me use these painkillers as a matter of fact. Alrighty. Medium string, good. Good. If I could find myself a sled, then we'd be in a good spot here. And you know what? Let's take this just because we could always make noise traps out of it, so that's always a good thing. And broken bottle, it has its uses, so let's just take it for now since we can. Dirty rags. I don't need dirty rags, so they do have... Well, I have only 1 clean rag left. But that's fine. Okay, so not too bad of a haul for us there. What do we need to do? Well, I could always go back and obviously fix the cryo facility, but we need to find ourselves a tarp. And I really do, again, like I said, wanna hopefully find that weird hex that I found last run. Because I'm really interested in what could have happened there. Let me end my turn here and we'll check out the Shaquille O'Neal in the forest now and see what he is up to. Do you want me to shoot it? No. Do you want me to pass it? No. Do you want me to slam it? Yeah. And we found nothing, and we also probably alerted people to our whereabouts here. Let me check out the forest. We're going to find ourselves some mushroom, but again, without the botany skill, this is kind of a really dangerous situation for us, so I'm not going to go ahead and do that. Let's just continue going upwards, though. At the very least, we are not going to worry about hypothermia now, which is always the scariest part, honestly, when you start off one of the new runs. Find a way to keep warm. And find a way to keep medicated, because my guy always has a fucking addiction to him. I think the area was over here in the last run. It's not going to really be there this time around, but I'm going to head in that general this direction just in case, you know, by any chance it happens to be there. Never know, man. And let's just end my turn here, I guess. Before I head over there, I do see another little shack over here that I'd like to check out. Player is tired. I don't think I have any, Sorry, it's starting to turn nighttime. I don't think I have any sort of way to medicate myself in terms of, hey, just a random squirrel. Ah. Maybe I could just, like, take this guy and, like, toss it at people or something and just scare the shit out of him. It's like, do you really want to mess with a person that killed a squirrel? I wouldn't. I really wouldn't. I mean, if you kill a squirrel, then you are an evil man. I mean, squirrels are so cute. A little fluffy tail. They don't do anything to anybody. Well, we did scavenge. No, we didn't scavenge. So let's check out the shack in the forest here. We found nothing, and we might have alerted nearby creatures to our whereabouts. Okay, so little thing is still there. Let me look at my... This is amoxicillin, so this is for strictly, what is it? Infection, so not that. Painkiller is not going to do it either. We need a sedative to get us to sleep, although we might be able to sleep right now considering we are tired after all. I guess we're also at a quote-unquote shack here. Player is thirsty. Well, tired, burdened, a little bit thirsty. I don't want to wind up in the middle of nowhere with no way to get back though. So I guess I'll try it though, just cause. Wait a minute, what did I do? Don't want to move. Scavenge this area. Open field. Nothing absolutely at all. But we could probably make it to this little water area here. It's nighttime now. It's scary. So water area. Let me go ahead and just because we have to. Actually, wait, don't I have a water purification tablet? I do not. That's a damn shame. Could have sworn we... No, we don't. Hydrocodone. Okay. So, we're going to have to, unfortunately, do what I didn't want to do, which is, drink some water. Actually, just put this through here, confirm that, clear it out. Okay, so we're going to have to do this, even though I'm not a big fan of it. But, you know, we're thirsty, so I'd rather us not be affected by that, so thirst, alright. Okay, so, drink some water. I know this is really terrifying to do, but, you know, there's no other thing to do about it right now. I'm in the middle of nowhere, though, and it's dark as shit, so, I think there's some woods around us, though, so I could probably, hopefully, as you pick your way through overgrown ruins, a peculiar sound becomes briefly audible. It appears, it disappears, but picks up again in a moment as it's carried by air currents. It's a distant humming, like small gas engines out of place in the stillness of an empty forest and abandoned buildings. I don't know what that is. And quite honestly, it scares me a bit, but at the same time, it gives me hope that I found something really interesting. Let's check out this area here, nothing here, and we might have alerted people to our destination. Now let me jump over here. Oh, okay, wait, it's that crazy place again. Good. So it's kind of relatively close to where it was last time, so maybe it's there all the time, perhaps, who knows. I'm excited though, so let me scavenge this. I'm tired, that's my only other worry right now, but, you know, we'll check it out. Okay, so let's do it. What is this? At the source of the distant sound finally this is completely new by the way, to me, so I'm not sure if this is new to the game, but it's new to me. As the source of the distant sound finally comes into view, you stop in your tracks, unsure whether it's safe to continue. Ahead, you see a titanic warehouse like one of those distribution centers from before the apocalypse. Apologize. There is a dual roar of ethanol generators combined with the occasional rev of unsuppressed exhaust from off-road vehicles. Figure seems... I apologize. Before I continue, I have, for some reason, into 20-some years of my life, dealing with my first allergic breakout to anything. I'm not even sure what it is that I'm suddenly allergic to, but after 20-something years of my life, I finally got allergies, and I'm dealing with allergies for the first time ever, which is weird because I see people with allergies all the time. I'm like, it can't be that bad, right? Oh, it's bad. It's fucking bad. People with allergies, I don't know how you guys do it, but I've been dying over here. My nose just feels like this fucking snot factory that just doesn't stop, and it's annoying. So you know what? I take back everything I've ever said about allergies. It's fucking terrible. Figure seems to be milling around a low extension of the night, and the occasional ATV arrives or departs without a fanfare. You don't think you've been spotted yet this far out, though with all the activity it's hard to tell. So we could walk towards it, approach the warehouse. I could reconnaissance the warehouse from afar, which is what I'm going to probably do because I do have the scope for it, so let's check it out. Peering into the distance, you see a bright sign reading Zom Zom's, a place to eat, hanging over a giant garage door. It's fenced off behind tarp and barbed wire. Bright lights, welding arcs, and peculiar shadows can be seen in the fenced area, and more lights from within the warehouse. A semi-trailer attached to one of the loading bays acts as a makeshift gate and pedway into the warehouse. Ragged-looking figures line up alongside the trailer, watched over by armed mercenaries. It looks more like a club than anything else, except for that tarp area. And that's the tarp area right over here that it's talking about. Then you see it. A truck on the side of floating prisoners or slaves of some sort. That doesn't bode well, but then again, people come and go freely everywhere else, and are entirely voluntary through the pedway. Okay. So now, we could go, or we could leave. And let me take a sip of coffee while I make my decision. Alright. My complete nostril throat thing, big problem. Fuck allergies, man. Who invented allergies, you sadist? Alright, we're gonna go check it out, obviously. We're not gonna not check it out. So let's approach the line. Alright, while in line, you feel a flutter of anxiety each time the line advances. With each step, you try to catch a glance of what's through the doorway in this trailer. But you still can't tell. Most of the people in line are ragtag looking, wearing mismatched clothes and stinking of sweat. Some confused, others bored. The guards are better groomed by comparison. Though you suspect that they're just as soon to murder you for your clothes if they weren't getting paid. Up a few wooden plank steps, you step inside the semi-trailer and hollow sounds of a crowd echo down the narrow corridor from the warehouse. To your right is a chipboard and a mesh booth, where an attendant is collecting fees, weapons, and stamping people before they walk down the trailer into the warehouse. Stock or spectator? The attendee drones, looking disinterestedly past you. Apologies, man. This throat's killing me today. Everything's killing me today. Nose, throat, everything. I could say huh. So let's say huh to just maybe get some more information. Never mind, she exhales, stamping your hand with a symbol and a number, and nods to another grisly merc who checks you for weapons. You receive a chit for your confiscated items and are ushered down the trailer. You hear the man behind you answer spectator to the attendant before passing into a wall of sound inside the warehouse proper. Alrighty, I just wanted to get information. I don't want to be a stock. I have a feeling that this is like some sort of debt club shit. This is like a fight club of some kind. And I am not built for fighting. Inside it's one part super club and one part gladiator pit. Yeah, see, I called it. Although I'm pretty sure everybody else already figured that out. So I'm really the last one going like, yeah, I figured it out, guys. And it's kind of like, oh, really, Falcon? It took you that long? Idiot. A wall of sound assaults your ears as you cross the threshold. Part human, cacophony, part generator exhaust. Mostly frenetic industrial music. Or frenetic industrial music. Oh, I'm sorry. It's a little bit too highbrow for me, that frenetic industrial music. And the smell of food and smoke. You can't hear it over the noise, but you can feel your stomach rumble and the smell of sweet barbecue. The cavernous warehouse is dominated by a dirt-floored arena with high mesh walls. Spectators ring the pit on three sides, the fort reserved for a large garage door leading outside the tarp fence courtyard. Beyond the door, you catch the flash of welding arcs, where it appears to be scrapyard robots are being prepped. Scrapyard robots? What is this? Fucking, what was that movie with, Fist of Steel, whatever the fuck it was called with Hugh Jackman? Something Steel. Steel Fist, whatever. At the opposite, the garage door, the thing you really care About right now, a wide booth with grills and spewing sweet spicy smoke into the rafters above. People clamor to get at it and walk away with their prize smeared over hands and lips like barbecue. Is that real meat though? Is that human meat? You don't know. I've eaten some Zomzom's BBQ apparently. I'm sorry, getting ahead. You wait their dirty patrons intent on manhandling some ribs or beans and rice or whatever it is they're got cooking over there. Who knows how long you've been in the cryo? How long it's been since you've had a hot meal? You know what, man? We had meat. We had cured meat. We don't have to eat this. I guess like we do because they took our food and items. Pressing your way through this final wall of hungry patrons, you get an elbow on the counter and desperately try to make eye contact with one of the servers. A few eternal minutes later, one of the apron dad food slingers glances at you, and you not like an excited dog, he reaches into a smoker box and withdraws a loaded skewer, placing it at your hand. Sweet, succulent barbecue. Savoring it as first, you start to grow paranoid that it's been snatched from your hands, and you bear down on it with a renewed fervor, huddling it against your lips as you absently walk away from the grill. This meat, it's like good, fully developed veal. Not young, but not yet beef. Yes, very definitely like that. And not like any other meat you've tasted. In fact, so much that you'd think no person with a palate of ordinary, normal sensitive could distinguish it from veal. It is mild, good meat, with no other sharpened or sharply defined or highly characteristic taste, such as, for instance, goat, high game, and pork have. The steak is slightly tougher than prime veal, a little stringy, but not too tough or stringy to be agreeably edible. The roast is tender and in color, texture, smell as well as taste. Straightens your certainty that of all the meats you habitually know, veal is the one meat to which this meat is accurately comparable. So apparently, this has got to be human meat, right? This has to be. So I'm over here eating human meat, so I'm already part cannibal, it seems. Just then, an announcer pipes up with that some oscillating voice every strip club DJ seems to have. He starts hyping the crowd. Can you count suckers? That's my DJ voice, by the way, if you guys didn't know. Can you count suckers? He shouts. Patrons start yelling it back. I said, can you count suckers? Cue a testosterone-fueled wave of shouts come from the floor. Raise those numbers, he calls with expectation, and everybody raises their fists in unison. The music changes, lights switch to UV, and numbers appear. In all stamped hands, your heart starts to race as you realize what's happening. Looking around, everyone has a stamp, but most of them don't look like yours. Everyone has numbers, but it's clear now that the symbols are. Most patrons have silhouettes of vultures next to their numbers. You look down at your hand. Yours is a lamb. The announcer calls a number, a low number. You feel a bit nauseous, but also relieved. You raise your hand, nearby patrons looking suddenly, then quickly losing interest in it. A scream of protest erupts from the far side of the arena. Everyone nearby looks across where a commotion is starting. A man is hoisted into the air like a crowd surfer at a concert and is propelled into the arena gate. Patrons claw the remainder of his barbecue from his flailing hands, fighting over it like dogs. Guards wrangle the struggling man, who is then tossed into the dirt floor in the arena and the gates sealed behind him. The winner is a filthy, weak, and confused-looking human. As he clambers to his feet, a clacking and squeaking sound crescendos from the opposite side of the arena. Cheers start erupting throughout the warehouse, and the source of the noise rolls into the arena through the garage door. A bot, a little more than a heavy, threaded ring of barbed spikes, a haphazardly hung LED ticker, sits atop its mast, flickering the words Morning Star, confirming your suspicions as to its nature. Without pausing, the bot starts closing in on one of the human who, to his credit, has given up rattling the gate and is now facing the most immediate danger. He starts circling left, leading the bot to one side of the pit, then clashes right as fast as he can, bypassing the bot. The move buys him a few seconds as the bot spins in place on its threads, but he ends up in the same situation as the reverse side of the arena. This continues for a few laps, with the human visibly wearing down. Perhaps realizing his error, he switches tactics and leads the robot towards the support column and allows it to get close before ducking around it and behind. The bot starts returning in place, but the thread gets hooked on the pillar, and for a moment it appears to be stuck. You can sense a tingle of hope in the man as he watches the bot rack and forth, to and fro for several seconds. However, the bot's racking eventually frees it, and it turns to face him again. Crestfallen, the man returns to his original strategy of dodging the robot like a bullfighter. Even more slowly each pass. It doesn't take long for the robot to wear down its already weakened prey, and it scores its first hit, trampling his leg under threads. The man's cry of pain is last in a wave of cheering from the crowd as the robot backs up. The man hardly has time to limp before it rams him again, and this time following through, impaling him against the wall. Oof. Drunk with bloodlust, the crowd is now screaming as the robot backs away from one more stumbling, bleeding man. The bod rams him into the wall one more time and backs away, this time with a human stuck to its spikes. The crowd cries in ecstasy, while eventually simmers down to a rabble as the arena service personnel removes the entrails. Your mouth gape, you suddenly feel a wave of nausea, you begin looking around panicked. So, yeah, that arena, fighting robots and shit, that's pretty awesome. I can rub off the stamp or I could try to leave, so let's try to rub it off. I don't think leaving's gonna work at this point. You look down at your hands and oh god, I see the word cheater already. You look down at your hands and glance at the crowd, hiding your hands low. You start rubbing the stamp, trying to remove the identifier. Cheater! The word freezes you in place. A tingle of heat pricks your temples as you chastise yourself for getting into this mess. Cheater! Cheater! The cries repeat. And then a chorus of echoes follows. A commotion starts around you and a hand grabs your arm. You wrench it free and more hands seize you in response. You're hoisted into the air by the swirling mob and carried towards the gate. Ooh, what do we have here? It says the voice, okay. Ooh, what do we have here? The announcer shouts. PA system buzzing with feedback, your body careens over closer to the gate and the crowd gleefully shouting and shooting and hooting from below. Stealing your nerves, you prepare to fight wherever they throw at you. But your course suddenly veers and you're carried towards the wall closest to the gate. As the wall nears, you notice sheets of plastic covering the opening to its chute, smeared with gore. Head first, you're tossed into the chute. Warm, slimy gore lubricates your passage, and you're dumped into darkness. The floor here feels squishy, and the air is thick with rancid humidity. Suddenly, a section of wall slides away, and you're blinded by orange light and a blast of hot air. Something strikes your head, knocking you to the ground, and the smell of wood smoke is the last thing you notice. Uh-oh. Aw, you fuck! Fuck you, game. Aw, man, again? We had a good thing going on this time, again! Fuck. I'll see you guys next time.